What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. And in this video we're going to be talking about how the weapons can be cooled down from overheating in Star Wars Battlefront 2, as I feel like it's a really key part of gameplay and I don't think it's been talked about that much, and I want to give you guys a heads up for how the overheating system works and the cooldown system works for blasters in Star Wars Battlefront 2 for when you get your hands on the game. Before we get fully into the video, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with Battlefront 2 content, and make sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you have any questions about Star Wars Battlefront 2 that you would like me to cover in a video. So in EA's first Battlefront game, when you fired your blasters, they would eventually overheat. There was no manual reload system, but there was a sort of cooldown minigame where if you timed it right, you could cool down your weapon and gain a sort of period of time where you can just fire loads of shots off and your weapon doesn't gain that much overheating points. And that was a really cool system. I liked how there was no ammo, because I hate playing multiplayer shooters where you have to run around and constantly change weapons and pick up ammo. I like how in Star Wars Battlefront your ammo is sort of unlimited and you can just have that sort of overheating cooldown system for the blasters. I really like it, I think it's cool, and I'm glad to see it return in some way in Star Wars Battlefront 2. But in Star Wars Battlefront 2, I feel like it has really changed and it's got a lot better because there is now a manual cooldown. You don't just have to wait until the sort of cooldown minigame appears after you have fully overheated your blasters. Now don't get me wrong, it hasn't completely changed in Star Wars Battlefront 2, but it has definitely got better. But when you fire your blaster in Star Wars Battlefront 2, it will gain sort of overheating points. And then if you fire your blaster for a long period of time, it will eventually fully overheat and a cooldown minigame will start. When this cooldown minigame starts, there will be 3 colours appearing on the bar: red, green and yellow. If you reload or cool down your weapon when the cursor is in the red area, it will stay overheated and will take time to cool down. If you hit it in the yellow area, your weapon will cool down straight away. You will be able to start firing your blaster again once it has cooled down, and then your weapon will start to gain overheating points again. If you hit it when it is in the green, that is the part that you really want, because if you hit it in the green, there will be a green bar that appears and will eventually decrease. But while this green bar is decreasing, you can fire your blaster as many times as you want and it will not gain any overheating points. So that is the part that you really want to sort of cool down your weapon in, is the green part, because it sort of gives you the most advantage. When the green bar is decreasing, if you hit it in the green, you can fire as many shots as you want, and it really helps if you are surrounded by enemies and your weapon has overheated. You hit your cooldown within the green bar, and then you can fire as many shots as you want without gaining any overheating points for a short period of time. Now you can manually cool down your weapon in Star Wars Battlefront 2 before it reaches this cooldown minigame. When you fire your weapon in Star Wars Battlefront 2, it will gain overheating points. Say you fired enough shots to make your overheating bar sort of half fill. When this bar starts to fill up, it will not drop over time. It will stay sort of full until you manually cool down or fully overheat the weapon. Now you can manually cool down by simply hitting your reload button, and it will take time, but that bar will decrease and then you can start firing again. You do not have to wait to fully overheat your weapon to cool it down, but don't take this the wrong way. Weapons do not cool down by themselves over time in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like I said, if you start to fill up that overheating bar, you have to hit the manual reload to get your blaster to cool back down. I really like how the cooldown overheating system works in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like I said, the fact that you can hit it within a yellow or green period within the cooldown minigame and get different advantages is really cool. It tests your reactions in a way as well. If you have fast reactions and you hit it within the green, you get that bonus of no overheating for your blaster until that green bar depletes. If you hit it in the yellow, it's still good because your weapon will cool down straight away and then you can start firing, but your weapon will gain overheat straight away if you hit it within the yellow bar. But like I said, the best thing is, for me personally, you can cool down your weapon before it even gets to the fully overheated stage. However, once your overheating bar starts to fill up, it will not go down by itself over time. You have to manually reload it and cool it down, or wait until it fully overheats by firing more shots. I just wanted to make this video, like I said, because nobody seems to really have talked about it that much, and it's a really key part of the gunplay in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and it makes it a bit more interesting, the fact that you can manually cool down your weapon or be quite skilled at the minigame that occurs and then gain no overheating for your weapon while that green bar cools down, or just an instant cooldown with the yellow. But then the weapon will overheat straight away as soon as you start firing again if you hit it within the yellow bar. Let me know down in the comments section below if this video clears up how the cooldown and overheating works for blasters in Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you have any questions, do comment below and I will try and answer them at some point. Make sure to smash a like on this video to show support for Battlefront 2 videos, and if you are new to the channel, like I said earlier in the video, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance and be kept up to date with all things Star Wars Battlefront 2 and other Star Wars games. Other than that, may the Force be with you.